RUTHWIPDALE School joined the rest of the world in celebrating the UNESCO World Radio Day on February 13, 2023. The students converged at the Media Center at the University of Lagos in Akoka, Yaba, as they went live on air with a radio guest in the person of a UNESCO ambassador, Emmanuel Ojiegu, president of UNESCO YOD, a UNESCO-based school club.
The music that we play from the radio, or whatever information and some kind of educational programs in the radio, if put together, they must preach peace, and that is how we can use a radio as a tool to promoting peace in community coexistence and corporate coexistence.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Ejiogu, for that contribution. Let me dive into RUTHWIPDALE School. Who's going to talk to me this morning? Let me have my first person here. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so I need to stop up right now. What is your name now? Now you need to say that carefully because you're wrapping over that. What is your name now? Okay, I have another person right here close to me. What is your name?
My name is RUTHWIPDALE.
All right, so what school? What's the name of your school? What class are you? Right.
My name is I'm in grade 5.
Grade 5. Grade 5, correct. Now over to you. What class are you to?
Grade 4.
Grade 4. I like that. Now quickly, I'm seeing you guys for the very first time ever. I'm a presenter. What do you want to become when you grow up? Who wants to do presenting? Who wants to do broadcasting? Who wants to... Okay, I have a few hands in the air, but then let me have you, my first talker this morning. What do you want to become? Talk to me. Yeah, you.
Scientist.
You want to become a scientist. Why do you want to become a scientist? I mean, amidst other things, you can become a politician, you can become anybody, but why did you choose scientist now?
Just to make things and learn stuff to help.
To help people. I mean, I like that point. It's genuine. You know, Mr. Emmanuel, if you were to ask an elderly person, why don't you do this? And say, of course, I can make money from it, but he's saying here that it's an opportunity to solve a problem. I think that is really remarkable. Problem solving is okay, and that's really important. I've got people from RUTHWIPDALE School this morning. I have another person right here. So talk to me now. What is the name of your best teacher? What is your best subject? Let's start with that.
My best subject.
You might need to go closer to the mic so you don't have a strong voice like I have. So yes, correct. Tell me now.
My best subject.
What is your name first?
My name is RUTHWIPDALE.
Let's say shout out to your mom. I'm sure she's listening, of course. So let's say shout out to your mom. Say shout out to my mommy and mention her name. Do it now. Say I'm sending a shout out to my mom.
I'm sending a shout out to my mom.
What is your name of your mom now?
My mom's name is Angela.
Okay, to Mrs. Angela, I'm sending a shout out to you on behalf of your son. He's here right here live on UNILAG FM doing the presenter thing. Now tell me, what is the name of your best subject?
The name of my best subject is mathematics.
Mathematics? Did I get that? What's mathematics?
Mathematics.
Mathematics. Alright, so what's the best teacher now?
Mr. John Paul.
Mr. John Paul. Shout out to Mr. John Paul, wherever he is right about now. We have further questions for Mr. Emmanuel this morning. We're going to have to just juggle between you and the students this morning. And just in case you're tuning in, we've got students from RUTHWIPDALE School this morning right here on radio with us on the World Radio Day. So we'll be over to you, Mr. Emmanuel, for finals now. What is UNESCO? This is a very personal question, so I want to look you in the face and say it, Mr. Emmanuel. So could you look at me, Mr. Emmanuel? All right, so good. What is UNESCO doing concerning youth empowerment, especially in Nigeria? I know UNESCO to be an international body, but what are they doing concerning youth empowerment in Nigeria? I'm saying it because there are many young people who don't have jobs, who don't have skills, who are not even employable, and they resort to scam, resort to prostitution. They call it hook up these days. It's horrible. It's eating deep into our morals of the society. What is UNESCO doing to salvage us from this situation?
Okay, UNESCO, like we have today, World Radio Day, is a kind of a program too that would also empower the youth on being informed about the importance of radio. Like the one of this year, we have radio and peace. The young ones with the information that will go out today, they are empowered. Now, there is a date in July that is also an international day of UNESCO. That day is International Skill Day, Youth
International
Skill
Skill
Day,
Day, right.
International Youth Skill Day. UNESCO marks that day to create awareness on the importance of acquiring skills among our young ones, because employment is not really there for them after school. So they are encouraged to acquire skills even while in school. They are also encouraged to acquire skills so that after school they can fall back to the skill that they have acquired, and through that become an employer of labor. There are some other days of UNESCO that is also towards getting the young ones informed. After this now, by next week will be the Mother Tongue Day. Mother Tongue Day is also, that should be on the 21st of February. Young ones are also empowered on how they can, treasure their mother tongue. They did predict some years back that some languages will go into SST, and of which the Igbo language is among them.
Oh, that is horrible, and I'm Igbo. My language will not go extend. Sorry for you at this point. We're going to go back to the tunes now. I'm so sorry about that. We're going to listen to a song by Mobile. This one is Silent Peace, and when we come back, we shall get to meet more students from RUTHWIPDALE School this morning. Don't touch the dial at all. Alright, we were talking about radio and peace, and Mr. Emmanuel has been in the studio with me to discuss radio and peace. And just to recap, you mentioned that everything should be organized. We mentioned the history of radio, and you were able to work with that experience. And we also said radio is a medium of peace. So we should not broadcast biased content, we should not incite the people, we should not promote evil. And that is really important to note at this point, Mr. Emmanuel. But then over to RUTHWIPDALE School this morning. I'm so excited to talk to you guys. So yes, let me have your name against another set of two people. So what is your name now? Your name is what? Mamandi. Okay, good. I got that. So could you come closer? What is your name too? Oh, that's so your name is like a title. So you need to come closer so I get everything to hear you. So what is your name again? Go closer to the mic. I want to hear you. Yes. Correct. And that is so bold. What is the name of your mom now? Or name of your dad?
Miss Fashion or Mr. Fashion.
Alright, so to the Fashion family, I'm sending a big shout out to you on behalf of your daughter right here in the studio. So now, quick question again: what is special about your school? I'm getting to meet you for the first time. So tell me why you like your school. Let me have you talk first. Right.
I love my school.
Come closer to the mic so we get to know about your school. And just because you're tuning in, this is RUTHWIPDALE School right here live. Although you're with me this morning on Ladder to Success. So go ahead, please.
I love my school because
Right.
they are smart and intelligent.
You are smart and intelligent. Are you smart and intelligent? How do you know? Great. Who is the best teacher? The way you're shaking your eyes, there are
Miss
many.
Esther.
Miss Esther, is she here right now? She's at school. So to Miss Esther, Miss or Mrs.? You know the difference. She's not married. You have a single teacher. Alright, so to Miss Esther out there, I send a big shout out to you from UNILAG 1. Nice work you're doing with the students. So over to you now. What is the name of your best teacher now? Let's send a shout out to your teacher. So I need to come closer to the mic as usual. Right, good.
Mr. John Paul.
Mr. John Paul again has appeared. Who's Mr. I need to meet Mr. John Paul because his name has appeared twice right here on the show, and that's really amazing. Let me have a final set of two people on the set right now. Let's enjoy more songs. I'll be back with two final people. Don't go anywhere. Alright, welcome back. It's been a very long time in the studio. It's still UNILAG FM 103.1, and just in case you don't know your time, it is 11:57 right about now, and we've had a lengthy talk on World Radio Day. Today we spoke about radio and peace. We've had Mr. Emmanuel in the studio to talk about World Radio and Peace. You know, radio and peace, that's the theme for this year, and that's really important. And you mentioned again that it's important for presenters and everybody around radio to organize themselves to foster peace in society. I think that's really a big time. Thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel.
Thank you.
All right, again, I have a few people from 3 students this time from RUTHWIPDALE School, again, and some other representatives. So before we call it the day on the show, let me have their names and let's send a big shout out to everybody else. So, what's your name, now? Tell me.
My name is Alfredo King.
Your name is what?
Alfredo King.
All right, I didn't get that, so you might need to say it slowly. What's your name now?
Alfredo King.
All right, so what class are you now?
He's 5.
What is the name of your best teacher?
Miss Kenny.
Miss Kenny. Shout out to Miss Kenny over there. I have a final question now. What is your name? I need to go closer to the mic. Finally, what is your name? Go closer to this mic so I can get to hear you well. So, what is your name now?
My name is Adeleke.
Why? Adeleke Ayomide. All right, shout out to your mom, shout out to your teachers. Why should anybody attend your school? Why is the school good? Why do you like your school?
I like my school because it has best teachers.
It has the best teachers. All right, I like that. Thank you so much. And our students from RUTHWIPDALE School this afternoon. And that's all the time we have on the show. I want to say a big shout out to everybody else, the studio managers who helped me out with this, and of course our program producer, that's Mrs. Beautiful Kigo. Thank you so much. With a very loud bang, let's say happy with the day. These are students from RUTHWIPDALE School and the studio with me this morning, and I want us to say happy World Radio Day in a loud shout. Mr. Emmanuel, thank you so much for joining us this
Thank you.
morning. I really appreciate it. So when I say want to really just give it a bang, and I'm going to play you guys by Techno after we're done with all the shout outs. Are you ready for this one?
Yes.
1, 2, ready, go.
The students were thrilled to visit the press unit of the Media Center as they were taken through the various procedures of book and magazine printing.
What we do basically in this unit of the 3 is we publish books and we print the stuff you use, like your exercise books and publishing of books. These are some of our works that we have done. As you can see, we did it for the Distance Learning Institute of the University of Lagos here. You may have a look at it. You may have a look at it. You may have a look at it. And these are basically produced here. All these books are they are produced right in here. And you wonder, how can we produce books without computers? There are computers in here and printers in here. Are we with me? There are computers and printers, scanning machines, and all the things we need to produce books here. We generate the text and we print them out on the printers. Now, the machines we use basically, if you look behind you, you call that Heidelberg Speedmaster.
It is called what?
The name is written on it. Spelling Heidelberg may be a little bit difficult. Heidelberg Speedmaster.
H-E-I-D-E-L.
Everybody, let's spell together, please. No, let's spell with syllabus, please. H-A-I, everybody? D-E-L. E-R-G. Now, it's pronounced what?
Heidelberg.
Say Heidelberg, everybody. Again. Again. Now, let's spell it again. What's the syllabus? H-E-I, everybody? D-E-L. It's what?
Heidelberg Speedmaster.
Heidelberg Print Master. Is it?
Speedmaster.
It's speed. It's print.
Printmaster, yeah. Yes, so there is print, there is speed. Okay. Let's, haven't taken that. That machine prints 2 colors at a time. Look at me, look back at me. It prints 2 colors at the same time. You see, the way we print, in printing, we print in 4 colors. We call the colors cyan, magenta, yellow, and black.
Please, can you come again, sir?
Printing goes in 4 colors if you want full process color printing. Now, on this machine, it's also Heidelberg called 64. Now, on this machine, it prints a color at a time. It means that every paper will have to go through it 4 times. The first color will go cyan. Cyan.
Cyan, everybody.
Yes.
Everybody.
And this is the color of cyan. It's not pure blue. It's light blue like sky blue, light like sky blue. So we call it cyan. After cyan, there is another color we call magenta.
Everybody.
Now magenta looks very much like red, but it's not red. Cyan looks very much like blue, but it's not blue. Then we go to yellow, normal yellow, then black, normal black. By the time we lay the colors 4 times going through this machine, cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, you see the full color of whatever you want. Maybe the picture of a man, or the picture of a building, or the picture of a tree or flowers. That is the way it comes out eventually. But the process of printing, apart from that, there's something we call pre-press. The pre-press is where we work on the computer and prepare what you call your lithographic plate. This is your lithographic plate.
This is called what?
Lithographic plates.
Lithographic plate. Now, I came to this because I want to introduce this other machine behind you that looks like a box to you. It is called exposure machine.
Everybody?
Exposure machine.
Exposure machine.
Exposure machine.
Don't mind the name written on it. That's just the brand name for this machine. Anywhere you see the machine we use to prepare this plate, it is called exposure machine. It may come in any brand name or with any brand name. So it is with this that we run what we call impressions on either the Adubatch Printmaster or the Adubatch Core 64 machine. Are we with me now? Now, once we run the impression, we call it impression. Outside they call it printing, but inside we call it impression. Once we are done with the impression, I'll show you an example. Look at what we just worked on here. This is what we just worked on here. These are roughs. We have gone further to pick out the good ones here. I'm coming there. I'm going to summarize as fast as I can. These are roughs. You can see it's rough. Now they were printed from this plate on this paper. For your visit or for your comment to be worthwhile, please step back a little bit. Step back from this machine. Step back. Step back. Machine.
Shift your hand away from the machine.
Yeah. I'll ask Mr. Kolawole Gabriel, who is in charge of this machine, to just give you an overview, a fair sighting of how the machine works in just a little while, in as briefly as you can. You may come to me here, and stand here. Come to my side here and stand here.
On a single file, please. So you don't
Don't go too close to the machine, please.
move back.
Alfred, move back, please.
Morning. Your printer is 64. So likewise, my guys have said so far. This is what we call the feeding table. This table is called the feeding table. You can see we have the unprinted paper here, which is called the bond. In printing any white paper, it's called bond. This is the bond. So this is usually the paper we usually print on in printing aspects. After all the 4 color process, after all it has passed through the 4 color process, you can now see a view, pictures of everything you want, the image and everything. Now, this is the delivery table, because every aspect of the bond we put here on the feeding table, after running it out to print our publication, it's usually delivered here. So now let me just show you 1 or 2 samples of it. So don't near the machine.
Don't go anywhere close to the machine.
Now the machine is working right now. So watch up and look at it. It comes down.
has to start of the printing. But
So-
now I'm just showing you the sample because we haven't inserted the plates and the full process of the ink my manager have said. So now assuming the ink and the plate is there, then at the end of the delivery table here, you can all see your image.
That is, you see printed
You see
material,
the printed material all over this
page.
sheet. Okay.
So
Now hello learners, this sheet is called what?
now, once we do that, we go to the next stage that I don't think I want to start bothering us. You see, if I start bothering us about that, it will go. But let me just now. You see, each of these paper that you see folded were started with that single sheet. It's because we folded them that we now have what we have. This book we are doing is a 72-page publication, 72 page. So if it is 72 pages, it means that we have to have, on each page of this, you can see now there are 8 pages here, if you count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now that is on one side, yes, 8. Fella, get me the plate, that's all they need. You can see this is a blank page. You know, books do have blank pages. You can see now. How many are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now there are 2 sides of those bond papers that was shown to you just now. We print on both sides of the paper, meaning we will have 8 pages on one side and 8 pages on the other side, making it 16 pages.
So you have mentioned how many types of binding now? How many types of binding did you mention here?
I've mentioned 2 for them.
He told you that there are how many? 4. And then he has mentioned 2. Can you tell us the 2? The first one was what? Perfect
Binding.
And the second one is what?
You don't need to put machine. The first one is perfect binding. The second one is saddle stitching. Now after we stitch it, the edges would be rough. Like you have here, even if I finish stitching this or do the finishing, the edges will be rough. That is when I go to the cutting machine. This is E-rolled cutting machine. That could be polar cutting machine, but this is E-rolled cutting machine.
Everybody, what is it called?
Or you simply call it cutting machine.
Yes. Simply called what?
So after we cut it, that is when you have all the size to be equal and perfect and presentable and beautiful. Yes, thank you. It's asking me that there are some books that add cover at their backs. So we call that one hardback. We use thick card. See, when you look at this card is only about 300 grams. Now, if you want to now have that hard board there, we don't use card anymore. We use what we call straw board that is very thick. I don't have any straw board here. See, when you look inside, this is what we call the card inside is very thick. According to his question, in answering his question. Now we now use paper and gum to gum the cover on it. That is when all these machines cannot pick those hard cards. You know, that machine is picking those papers because it's light. The card that makes it hard back is too thick for the machine to pick and deliver the way Mr. Gabriel explained to you. So what we do is print on paper, then use gum to gum the paper on the card. Are you getting my point? So we have covered the card with the cover and we work on what we call end sheet. And that is what makes it hard cover. Usually it is more expensive when you want to sell hard cover than when you want to sell what we call soft cover. What you see here is what we call soft cover or soft back or hard back or hard cover.
The last point of call was the television studio of the Media Center. The students were taken through the workings of how television functions with regards to programming.
Many people, I mean, some of you want to tell you that you plan to become a broadcaster and all. But the beauty of becoming a broadcaster is
Quiet, please listen.
if you have the right personnel, right equipment, and particularly right people with right attitude to work with. As beautiful as you look on set, imagine this light is off. Imagine there is no microphone. Imagine there is no camera. Nothing can be done. So for you to fulfill your destiny and to become what you want to become, this must be in place. The light must be in place. The microphone must be in place. And the studio must be cold as well. Because the AC in the studio is not meant for the people. It's meant for the equipment. To keep the equipment cool. And I will try as much as possible to make touch all of them one after the other. The importance of this camera represents the viewers at home. So once the viewers at home will not see you, will not see the camera, there is you that are seeing. So and that is being made possible because of the camera. So and for the camera to function properly, we must have the right lighting. You can see that we have to add the lights. In broadcasting, we have front lights, back lights, and flood lights. They are just to help you to make sure that we have a brighter picture of our presenter at home. And also, for the camera to function, like I said, we have the light, and also we have the audio, which is the microphone. Normally, we're supposed to mic you. We have what we call lapel mic. I think we'll show you before we go. I will show you what lapel mic looks like. So we have what we call lapel mic. The lapel mic is just for you alone. Unlike this one that will be suspended. This pick all the voices, and that's why in the studio, when we have mic like this, you are not expected to talk in the studio. Your phones must be off, and if you know you don't have any business in the studio, you can't be in the studio, especially when production is going on. The only people you see in the studio when production is going on, we have the camera crew, we have the floor manager, the presenter, and the guest. So every other people will be somewhere over there. Mr. Can you help me with a lapel mic? This is an example of a lapel mic. Give me that other one. Okay, yeah. This is an example of a lapel mic, but we bring the one that it should be easily for you to understand.
I know it.
You know
Please fix it, sir. Let them see how it's being fixed.
So, with this, you don't have to hold any mic. So you can project whatever you want to say with the mic, and at times, maybe you too, you have this behind your. Don't worry, I will show you. Don't worry. So with this, you can talk, and we pick your audio, or we pick your voice, and
Let him stand in front of you. Yes, let him stand at the front, right? The others can
so this is how lapel mics looks like. So you just be talking, and people will be looking, where's your mic? You are not holding mic back, they can hear your voice. That is what a lapel mic does. And no matter how beautiful your video may be, or your camera may be, if your audio is bad, your production is bad. You can have the best picture quality. If your audio is bad, the whole of your production is bad. So everything must work together for you to have a proper. This is another lapel mic.
Can you just keep quiet and listen? He's showing you something. He don't need to explain it.
This is a mic. This is a transmitter. We have what we call audio mixer. It's in the control room over there. Why you have this one on? Where is the clip? Okay. When you have this one on, this one will be plugged in the audio mixer in the control room. You can see that we pass all this wire. All this wire went to that control room. So whatever we are doing here, we are being controlled over there. That is where what you see at home, that is where it's being controlled. So apart from the audio, the light, and the camera, another thing that is important is that your studio must be padded. The reason why the studio must be padded is to avoid ambient noise from outside, so that people, whatever they are saying outside, don't enter the studio. That's why the essence of the padding of the studio. Like this studio now, this was done by the British people then when the university was constructed, and it's still used up to now. But we have the modern one that they use foam to pad the studio. The essence is to avoid ambient noise. Another thing that you need to know is that your studio must be cool all the time, so that whenever you have a guest, the guest will be comfortable entering your studio, and so that this equipment can be in good condition. If this equipment are just every time they are doing overheating, with time they will pack up. They will pack up. So your studio must be cool all the time. Like I said, apart from here, we have the control room. Apart from the control room, we have what we call the editing suite. If you don't do live transmission, at times we record here and we take it to the editing suite for them to record to do what we call post-production. That is where you remove your wanted aspect of the video and you put your other images that you want to add. I don't know if I can stop here. If there's any question, just let me know.
How about if the lapel mic and the mic mixer is not working?
That's why you need to do your service. Like I said initially, everything must be working perfectly well. Before you go on air or before you start your production, you must have tested your equipment and make sure that they are working perfectly. Something happened on Arise this morning during the morning program. Our guest was not hearing properly. They had to go on break for them to fix it. At times, it's broadcasting, anything can happen, but you must quickly improvise and know what to do at that time. And mind you, it's not only this mic we have. If this one doesn't work properly, we switch to another mic. We take another. We don't have one of it. We have as many as possible in case of anything happen.
So I'm the head of news for UNILAG. I'm also a producer. Miss Vina is here. Miss Novena Peter. She just finished anchoring the program. She's a presenter. Miss Vina, do you want to say one thing? I know you're about to leave. Just say something to the children. Today is World Radio Day. Yeah, just tell me about what you just did. So Miss Vina just finished anchoring the program. It's called News with You. I know one of you or two of you might want to be a broadcaster someday. You want to be a presenter. So
how many of you like to be a presenter?
Yeah. So see the ways of
why?
So
Why?
Because the song.
No, why do you want to be a presenter?
One person, give us an answer. One person. Okay, we have this.
Why do you want to be a presenter?
Because it's fun.
Because what?
It's fun.
It's fun. That's good. Okay.
Who else?
Why?
Because you learn to teach people about the world.
Wow, clap for you. Very nice. Who else?
I have it is amazing.
Oh, wow.
Okay, what do you think?
Who else?
You should have said because I want to be a presenter because I love to speak.
And you?
It's wonderful to hear a voice.
Because it's very, very fun.
Okay, thank you for your answers, insightful, lovely answers. You know, she said because it's fun, because she likes to speak,
Because you like to
entertaining.
teach.
And we know in broadcasting, what does it do? It informs. One, you inform, okay? Educate, you entertain. You understand now? So you are informing the world about someone spoke about the world, said the world likes to know about the world. How do you know what's happening around the world? Through your TV, radio, online, right?
Yes.
So you can know what is happening in America, you can know what's happening in Nigeria, in different parts of the world. Now it's entertaining because we have entertainment programs for children. Now who can tell me one lovely program you like to watch on TV? Yes? You're thinking? Okay, why she's thinking?
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon, okay. Someone else? Okay. Sorry?
It's like Disney.
Disney Channel. Fantastic. So you see all these channels now, you like to watch them. Why? Because it's entertaining, it's interesting, right? Your favorite characters are there. Now there are different things you can do on TV. And so you have some skills you need to learn. Basically, you need to know how to speak, right? You need to know how to write. You need to know how to communicate. And that is what you are already doing. You are already knowing about the world. You left your school, you are here, right? So you are here to learn about what happens in the studio. Now we have the MCR, Master Control Room. We are here in the live studio. Here presently we are in the live studio of UNILAG TV. We also have the editing suite. Now, for example, now for you to do any program, there are different stages. Pre-production, production, and post-production. What we just finished doing here is the production for our program called News Review, where we bring a guest, he talks about an issue, our presenter quizzes him, he gives us information about it. Once we are done, we take it to the editing suite, and that is where we do post-production to make it fine, to make it interesting. Now in a studio, there are different things you can see. We have the microphone, we have the camera, lights, right? So Mr. Lighton will take it from there. He will explain what really happens in a studio, okay? Now, enjoy yourself. Mr. Lighton.
Wait, Mr. Lighton. So before Mr. Lighton comes, for everybody that said they would like to be a broadcaster, I know you guys think we actually cram everything we say, right? But we don't cram it actually. We actually read it through a teleprompter. Hold on, I'll show you how it's being done. Mr. Cordy. No noise. Anybody that makes noise will go outside. You not see the teleprompter.
This is the teleprompter here.
Sorry. Okay.
This is what Miss Bina was reading. So can you see our sets? You can see?
So everything I was saying
See it here. Hello and welcome.
was there.
You can see it? Good.
So can you see it? So basically, when the show starts, it comes up
Crazy.
like this. So you see, we don't actually cram anything.
You're surprised.
Okay, can we have a boy and a girl come sit on our sets? So just
See, I'm choosing Maria Batobi Lover. You've been there before.
The students were given the opportunity to showcase their talents by acting as television presenters, presenting a program on the World Radio Day in the studio amidst cheers and applause.
Good day and welcome to the news review on UNILAG TV. The evolution of broadcasting since the interpretation in the early 90s has been remarkable.
Wow.
Broadcast
voice.
Italy, starting with radio, followed by the widespread adoption of television media consumption, underwent and transformation, ushering in a new era of mass communication. As time passed, broadcasting diversed to incorporate various forms of technology like cable TV, satellite TV, and online streaming.
Please clap for her. Don't stress her beyond that.
Okay, can you see from there? Alright, so take it from there.
Okay, hold on.
Even today, broadcasting remains a significant influence
in shaping public perception, providing entertainment, and keeping people informed about current events. On Monday, we marked World Radio Day with the theme Radio and Peace. Today, we will be discussing the role of broadcasting media in advancing peace. And in order to help us understand the significance of broadcasting, we are joined today by the President Youth Orientation for Development, whom you will meet right after this break. My name is Oria Botobonobo.
Beautiful. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Don't stress that. This is and they have good podcast. Again, clap for him.
It was indeed an exciting timeout for the students and the teachers as they look forward to another exciting timeout to fun-filled career tours. The United Nations Economic, Social and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, an arm of the United Nations, celebrates the World Radio Day yearly to boost the importance of radio, as this year's theme was tagged Radio and Peace. Radio is cost-effective, heard in various languages, portable and easily accessible even by those in the rural areas. It informs the uneducated on programs and government policies and bridges the gap in sustaining and maintaining peace through informative, educative and enlightening programs. Radio is definitely a must-have aside from newspapers, magazines, television and social media.